Okay. So, good evening, Malmi and all the others, right? Still, I can see Malmi is only the one who's there for the session today till now, and also we have waited more than 15 minutes. And as there's no one, I said Malmi to write choose one topic from here and write a small paragraph. So, you're writing Malmi, no?
Yeah, please give me 1 minute.
Okay, no problem. I'll give you 2-3 minutes more, right? You have chosen the topic environmental pollution, am I right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, yeah, when you have done, let me know. I'll be there. I'm there actually. After that, we'll discuss, like, we'll read the answer and find the mistakes of you and we'll correct them as well and continue the session on. I'll give 2-3 minutes more. Sure.
Thank you.
Malmi, are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? Malmi, are you ready?
Yes, yes, Miss.
Okay, you can read your answer.
Environmental pollution. Environment pollution is polluting elements of the environment. Nowadays, environment pollution is the biggest problem in our country. It is not only for our country, in the whole world. This problem is very critical, but our country is very affected to this problem. The environmental of our country express their great apprehension about our future environment and its effects. The people our country are restoring our valuable forest day by day. It is a very bad impact in our country. We use petrol and diesel as fuel. These give out smoke full of carbon dioxide. It is poison. Factories let the chemical waste flow into canals and rivers. These pollutes water and the soil. Loudspeaker and precious home create sound pollution. They make us deaf. Now we should take effective steps to slow or reduce environment pollution in order to save the habitat of the earth.
Okay, that's it, no? එච්චරක් නේද ලිව්වේ? තව ලිව්වද? Okay, very good actually, right? Can you switch on your video just to see your face if you like? Okay, but I can't see you. See your face. Okay. Very good, actually perfect, right? I really appreciate because you have written it very nicely. Very well done, right? Okay. I'm really impressed with the thing, whatever you have written. I'm so happy. Thank you, right? Okay, we'll move on. Last week, we did about paragraph writing, right? I hope you have watched the video, even though you were not there for the session, right? Recordings are available. So, we did paragraph writing. Malmi, I hope you have watched the videos. Am I right?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Okay. So, today I am showing you a video which gives you information about essay writing, right? Because paragraphs are there in the essays. Obviously, as I said in last week, introduction paragraph, body paragraphs, and the conclusion paragraph, right? So we'll just move on today for the video which gives you information about essay writing. Okay. If there's anything important, please take down notes. And obviously, the most important thing is listen to the video and listen to the things, whatever she says, right?
Hello, this lesson is going to give you the basics of essay writing. That means that you can use this formula to help you write essays in school, to write timed essays in class or for exams, and many other types of writing assignments. Please note that the handout for this lesson is available for you to download for free. There are no strings attached. Just click on the link in the
Don't worry, I'm sharing the important stuff in the handout, whatever I will be sharing for the lesson. Okay, Malmi? Okay.
description box below, and it will take you directly to the Google Doc where you can download if you would like to. So please note that if you would like more connection, or you can go for more information. And please don't forget to give this video some love if you find those tips free. Let's review the basics of essay writing. When you write an essay, the most important goal is clear writing. That means that your essay must use clear organization. Why? So the reader can easily find your main idea and see how you support this main idea in your body paragraphs. Basically, you don't want anything to be a mystery to your reader. In the English academic writing style, the idea needs to be crystal clear, and the way that you support this idea also needs to be super, super clear. That's why we like to use this basic essay organization. But keep in mind that if you're writing a longer essay or maybe a different style of essay, that there might be some changes. However, this is the most common basic essay organization. So first, we're going to look at paragraph 1, which is the introduction paragraph. The introduction paragraph has...
So, to interrupt the video, right, listen very carefully, right? So, normally when we are writing an essay, the very first paragraph is actually introduction, right? අපි ලියන මුල්ම paragraph එක අනිවාර්යෙන් introduction එකමයි. right? essay එකක් ලියනකොට මුල්ම paragraph එකේ introduction එක. introduction එකෙන් අපි මූලික අදහස දෙනවා මොනවද මේ essay එක ගැන මූලිකවම අපි කතා කරන්නේ, right? පසුබිම දත්ත. එතකොට paragraphs අපි මොනවාද ලියන ඒවා වල මූලික අදහස මේ idea එක අපි ඇත්තටම වාක්‍ය 4-5කින් හරිද introduction එකේ දෙනවා. ගිය සතියේ මම කිව්වා වගේ body paragraphs ලියනකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් body paragraph එකේ මුල්ම වාක්‍ය topic sentence එක. දෙවනි වාක්‍ය, තුන්වෙනි වාක්‍ය, හතරවෙනි වාක්‍ය අපි ලියනවා නම් ඒ 2 3 4 වාක්‍ය වෙන්නේ topic sentence එක. ඒ කියන්නේ paragraph එක පුරහටම අපි මොනවද කතා කරන්න යන්නේ කියලා කියන එකනේ topic sentence එකෙන් කියන්නේ. ඒ ගැන දැන් එහෙම කිව්වට වැඩක් නැහැ. අපි කියන්න වෙන්නේ මේ දේවල් වලින් ඔප්පු වෙනවා මේ දේවල්. ඒව අපි කියන්න ඕනේ. ඒව තමයි මේ අපි supporting sentences නැත්නම් explanation sentences කියලා කියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි example එකක් හෝ කිහිපයක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. අපිට පුළුවන් නම් හොඳ ප්‍රබල එක example එකක් සවිස්තරාත්මකව දුන්නට කමක් නැහැ. නැත්නම් අපි examples 2-3ක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට අන්තිම වාක්‍ය paragraph එකේ body paragraph ගැන මේ කියන්නේ අන්තිම වාක්‍ය අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම සාරාංශ වාක්‍ය. concluding sentence නැත්නම් summary sentence කියලා අපි හඳුන්වන්නේ සාරාංශ වාක්‍ය. paragraph එක පුරාටම කිව්ව දත්ත වලින් අපිට මොකද්ද නිගමනය කරන්න පුළුවන් වාක්‍ය. right, that's what we say as concluding sentence, right? ඊට පස්සේ අපි අන්තිම body paragraphs 2ක් 3ක් 4ක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. word limit එක අනුව අපිට essay එක ලියන්න කියන වචන ප්‍රමාණය අනුව body paragraphs ගන්න තීරණය වෙනවා. ඒක ඇත්තටම අපිට අනුව තීරණය වෙන එකක්. එතකොට අන්තිම paragraph එක concluding paragraph නැත්නම් conclusion paragraph. conclusion එකේ ඇත්තටම introduction paragraph එකයි conclusion paragraph එකයි අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් body paragraphs ලියන විදිහට ලියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකට හේතුව එහෙම ලිව්වොත් ඇත්තටම වැරදි. introduction එක හරිය powerful වෙන්න ඕනේ. අපිට විස්තර මූලික අදහසනේ කියන්නේ. අපි එතකොට body paragraphs වගේ ලිව්වොත් වෙනස් කිසි අදහසක් කිසි මේව එකක් නැහැ. examples උත් දෙනවා සාරාංශ වාක්‍යයක් තියෙනවා introduction එකේ එහෙම ලිව්වොත් වැරදි. conclusion එකත් එහෙම ලියන්නේ නැහැ ඒ නිසා. conclusion එකේ අපිට කියන්න ඕන දේවල් තියෙන අපේ අදහස මේ දේ කරොත් මේ දේ වෙනවා. එතකොට අපිට අනුව මෙහෙමයි. එහෙම කියන්න ඕන දේවල් ඔක්කොම අපි කියන්නේ මේ conclusion paragraph එකේ. Is it clear, Malmi? Anything you want to ask? I'm asking you because you are the only person who's there in the session. Malmi විතරයි ඉන්නේ. ඒක නිසායි මම මල්මිගෙන් අහන්නේ. මොන හරි issues තියෙනවද මං කිව්ව එකේ?
අනේ මිස් චුට්ටක් පැහැදිලි කරන්න.
මට චුට්ටක් ඇහෙනවා මදි මල්මි කියන එක. චුට්ටක් ආයෙ පොඩ හයියෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්ද?
මිස් චුට්ටක් පැහැදිලි කරන්නකෝ.
මොකද්ද පැහැදිලි කරන්න? අන්තිම paragraph එකද? conclusion එක. Okay. last paragraph කියන්නේ conclusion. conclusion කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්න අපිට essay එකක් ලියන්න දෙනවා trees ගැන ගස් ගැන. හරිද? දැන් ඔන්න අපි body paragraphs වල කියාගෙන ගියා ගස්වල වාසී, ගස්වල අවාසී, ගස් කපල මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්, ගස් වවල මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්, ওই දේවල් දැන් ඔක්කොම අපි කියාගෙන ගියා. කන්ක්ලූෂන් එකේදී අපි කියන්න ඕනේ ගස් තිබුණොත් මේ වාසි තියනවා වගේම ගස් කැපුවොත් මේ අවාසි අපිට සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ගස් වැවුවොත් අපිට මේ දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අන්න ඒ වගේ අපිට ඒ වගේ දත්ත දෙන්න පුළුවන් කන්ක්ලූෂන් එක. ඔයාට අනුවනේ ඔයා මේ දේවල් කියන්නේ. ඒක තමයි කන්ක්ලූෂන් කියන්නේ. කන්ක්ලූෂන් එක හෙන හැලි ලියන්නේ නැහැ. කන්ක්ලූෂන් එක හරි සරලව ඒ කියන්නේ උපරිම වාක්‍ය පහක් වගේ තමයි අපි කන්ක්ලූෂන් එකේ ලියන්නේ. කන්ක්ලූෂන් එකේ ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් දෙන්න. ඔයාට කියන්න ඕන දේවල් කියන්න හරි clearly. Right? Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, miss, thank you.
Okay, no problem. We'll go back to the video.
Three parts. First,
මෙතන මේ කියන thesis statement කියන එක එච්චර ලොකුවට හිතන්න එපා. ඒක නිකන් මතක තියාගන්න නිකන් එහෙම කිව්වා කියලා. Right?
the hook. The hook catches the reader's attention. This is usually 1 to 3 sentences long. A hook might be an interesting question, an interesting story, a shocking statistic or fact, or an interesting quote. And if you want to learn more about how to write a hook, you can learn all about them in my video that I will link above. Number 2 is the background information. The purpose of the background is to provide some general information about the topic and to show why the topic is important. Basically, it gives your reader a nice overview of what the topic is. So, what is the topic and who cares? Why should we read about this? This is usually 2 to 5 sentences. And number 3 is the thesis statement. And the thesis statement tells the main idea of your essay. That's 1 to 2 sentences, usually 1 sentence. This is the most important sentence in your essay because it tells the reader exactly what your main idea is. So it's super important that your thesis statement is done correctly and that it is clear. If you would like to learn all about how to write a thesis statement, you can check the video that I will link above. I actually have 2 videos about thesis statements, so look in the description box below for more links to related videos. Okay, so that's the introduction paragraph. Let's move on to the body. The body of the essay is the next main section of your essay where you're going to explain and support your main idea. So this is the place where you explain your main idea and you're going to develop your argument or you're going to develop your idea with clear supporting ideas. And how can you support your ideas? You can use details, data like numbers, statistics, examples, research, facts, stories, etc. An example body paragraph should be about 8 to 12 sentences long, but some paragraphs are shorter, some paragraphs are longer. This is not a rule. This is the normal or average size of a paragraph. And your paragraph should have these things. First is the topic sentence. The topic sentence tells the topic and controlling idea of your paragraph. So what is your paragraph generally about and what exactly are you going to discuss in your paragraph? If you want to learn more about topic sentences, I have a whole video about that and I will try to link it above, but also it will be in the description box below. After the topic sentence, you should have 2 to 4 supporting ideas in your paragraph. And these supporting ideas explain your topic sentence. Each of those supporting ideas should include details to make them clear. And number 3, don't forget to use transitions. Transitions make a nice flow between ideas. So transitions can include words like first of all, another, for example, for instance, therefore, in conclusion, etc. And I have a video about transitions too that I will link below. And finally, the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence is the last sentence of your paragraph, and we use this to summarize the paragraph or to transition to the next paragraph. All right, then after you have your body paragraphs, and how many body paragraphs do you have? Well, the most common essay is going to have 5 paragraphs total. So that's the introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and the conclusion paragraph. But there is no magic number for the number of body paragraphs. Some essays have only 2 body paragraphs. Some have 4, some have 5, some have 10, some have 20. It just depends on how much time you have, what your writing assignment is, and how big is your topic. Okay, but that's, usually 3 body paragraphs, but it can be definitely more. And finally, your essay is going to finish with your conclusion paragraph. And the conclusion paragraph should not be long, and you should follow these steps. Number 1, restate the thesis statement in some different words. So go back to your introduction paragraph. The last sentence of your introduction paragraph is your thesis statement. Now you're going to repeat that thesis statement at the beginning of your conclusion, but try to use some different words. Then you're going to summarize the main points of the essay. Try to repeat the main idea from each body paragraph, but use some different words. And this can be 2 to 4 sentences long. It shouldn't be too long. And finally, you should finish with a final thought. A final thought is usually a prediction about the future or a suggestion. This is usually short, 1 to 2 sentences is enough. Now, the final thought should make the reader stop and think. Remember that you are closing your essay here. You are finishing your essay. So you want to give the reader some way to feel that the essay is finished. That's why you're going to repeat your main ideas. Remind the reader, what did you talk about? The essay is done, but then leave the reader with a little something to think about or a feeling of satisfaction. And if you would like to know more about conclusion paragraphs and see an example, I will link a video about that below as well. And finally, it's time to practice. I have some example topics that I will put in the description box below. You can use those to practice writing an essay at home. Before to help guide you. What are you going to talk about in the first paragraph? What are you going to talk about in the second paragraph? And then sit down with some paper or your computer, give yourself 1 or 2 hours, and just practice writing. In no time, you will see that it gets easier and easier. Now that you know the basics of essay writing, I would like to remind you that writing is a process. It takes time to learn how to write well, but don't give up. I have had many students over the years who told me that they would never learn to write well in English. But guess what? With hard work and patience, they were able to do it, and they became excellent writers in English. So I know that you can do it too.
Right. That is kind of a true thing. Yes, obviously, by writing under certain topics and also by reading several types of articles and everything, you will automatically improve your writing skills. That's how it is, right? That's how it happens always. So, obviously, if you want to improve your writing skills, make sure that you're writing under certain topics and improve your writing skills as well. Right. So now today we are going to start with present perfect continuous tense because we have already learned simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense. So today we are going to learn about present perfect continuous tense, right? So first of all, we'll see for what occasions to express what sort of things are we using this present perfect continuous tense. There are some certain ways that we are using present perfect continuous tense in day-to-day life, right? First one is to express long actions that started in the past and continue until now, right? The action has already started in the past, but that action, that particular action is being continued till now, right? For an example, I have given, I have been living in Ireland for almost 4 years. 4 years back, I went to Ireland and I started living there. Now also I'm there at Ireland. I'm still living there in Ireland. So I went there at a certain point of time in the past. Still I'm living there, right? Currently I'm living there. දැන් වෙනකොටත් මං ජීවත් වෙනවා. Right? So to express those kind of actions which have started in the past and continue till now, we use present perfect continuous tense. Right? Second occasion, whatever we use present perfect continuous tense is to express recent actions that have clear evidence or results now. Evidence කියන එකේ තේරුම මොකක්ද? Malmi or Isuri, do you know what's the meaning of evidence? Evidence කියන අපි සාක්ෂි වලට, right? ඔප්පු කරන්න පුළුවන් සාක්ෂි. Evidence. Results කියන අපි ප්‍රතිඵල වලට. Right? Express recent actions, මෑතකාලීනව සිදුවෙච්ච actions that have clear evidence or results now. මෑතකාලීනව සිදුවෙච්ච ක්‍රියාවන් අපිට මොනවා හරි දත්ත වලින් ප්‍රතිඵල වලින් සාක්ෂි වලින් ඔප්පු කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් දැන් ඒ වගේ actions කියන අපි පාවිච්චි කරන present perfect continuous tense එක. Right? Example එකක් මම දීලා තියෙනවා. Her eyes are red because she has been crying all evening. හවස වරුව පුරාම ඇය හොඳටම ඇඬුවා. ඒ නිසා ඇගේ ඇස් රතු වෙලා තියෙනවා. Right? ඇඬුව නිසායි ඇස් රතු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? She was crying all evening. හවස පුරාම ඇඬුවා. ඇස් රතු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අන්න ඒ නිසායි. Right? ඒ වගේ මෑත කාලීනව සිදුවෙච්ච කිසියම් ක්‍රියාවක ප්‍රතිඵලයක් දැන් වෙනකොට දකින්න තියෙනවා නම් එහෙම ඒවා කියන අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා present perfect continuous tense එක. Right? Third way of using present perfect continuous tense is to typically use for shorter, more temporary situations. කෙටි කාලීනව සිදුවෙන නැත්නම් తాවකාලික තත්ත්ව explain කරන්න, විස්තර කරන්න අපි පාවිච්චි කරන present perfect continuous tense. Have they been learning English this week? ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ සතියේ ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගනිමින්ද හිටියේ, right? Having a question, right? So, in case of that, we use present perfect continuous tense. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් present perfect continuous tense එක පාවිච්චි කරනකොට අපි ඒකේ formula එක විදිහට ගන්නේ subject එක. ක්‍රියාව කරන තැනත්තා. තැනත්තා එක්ක I නම් I, you නම් you, he නම් he, එහෙම subject එක ක්‍රියාව කරන තැන. ඊට පස්සේ has හරි have හරි දානවා. Singular නම් has දානවා, plural නම් have දානවා. Singular නම් කියනකොට he, she, it. Plural නම් I මම විශේෂයි. ඒක නිසා මම බහුවචන විදිහට ගන්නෙ I, you, we, they. එක්ක අපි have පාවිච්චි කරනවා. has හරි have හරි පාවිච්චි කරලා ඒකටම අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි been දානවා. B E I N G නෙවෙයි. right? ළමයි ලොකුවට වරද්ද ගන්න දෙයක් තමයි නෑ. අපි B E I N G දැම්මත් හරි නෑ. B double E N තමයි been. been තමයි දාන්නේ. been එකයි verb එකට ing දාලා තමයි අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. right? For an example, I'll show here also. Right? මෙතන බලන්න මේ have been living. Right? You can see that. Has been crying. Can you see? question එකක් අහන්න නිසා have මුලට එනවා, subject එක දෙවනියට එනවා, been learning. කවදාවත් have been they learning කියන්නේ. පේනවද? has හරි have හරි මුලට දාලා subject එක ඊට පස්සේ දානවා question එකක් හදනවා නම් been learning. been එකත් එක්ක verb plus ing දාන්නේ එකට. අපිට දාන්න බෑ have been they learning English this week කියලා. Right? This is the normal formula for present perfect continuous tense. Do you have any questions about the lesson? මොනවා questions තියෙනවද? No. Right. So we'll move on. Now I'll show you a video which gives you information about present perfect continuous tense.
ESL Library. Present perfect progressive. What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place. The present perfect progressive is a verb tense. We use the present perfect progressive tense for actions that started in the past, continue to the present, and will continue in the future. For example, I have been working at this company for 8 years. I have been living in France since 2015. I have been watching TV for 3 hours. The present perfect progressive is formed with have, been, and the ing form of the main verb. How do we get this verb form? First, the present perfect is formed with the verb have, plus a past participle form. Next, a progressive verb is formed with be plus an ing verb. The past participle form of be is been. When we put it all together, we get the present perfect progressive form of have plus been plus an ing verb. Have changes forms depending on the subject. You have been learning English for 8 years. She has been sleeping all day. Snow has been falling all night. A contraction is a shorter form of a word. When we use the present perfect progressive, we can contract the verb have. The contraction for have is v. The contraction for has is z. We can contract have and has with subject pronouns. We sometimes contract has with singular subject nouns, but we don't contract have with plural nouns. He's been reading a book since 5 o'clock. We've been waiting at the airport for 2 hours. The student's been doing her homework all evening. Look at the picture and say or write a present perfect progressive sentence. Use the contracted form of have or has. For example, we've been playing tennis all afternoon. Now you try.
ඇහෙන්නේ නැද්ද? Can't you hear me?
ඇහෙනවා teacher.
Isuri, there's a problem with your mic, I guess.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. So now I'll show you a video, right? Which gives you a proper understanding about separately present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense, right?
English has two verb tenses to show when an action starts in the past and continues to the present. The present perfect and the present perfect progressive, also known as the present perfect continuous. These tenses are similar, but there are a few differences. Do you know what they are? Let's find out. Ellie. To compare the present perfect and the present perfect progressive, we'll look at how we form these tenses and why we use them. We'll also learn which time markers are used with these tenses. Then we'll see some examples and try some practice to see what you've learned. Let's start with the form of each verb tense. How do we conjugate the present perfect and present perfect progressive in English? We form the present perfect tense by using the auxiliary verb have or has plus the past participle form of the verb. Have becomes has when the subject is he, she, it, or a singular noun. The past participle of regular verbs is formed by adding ed, while irregular verbs undergo various types of changes to the middle or ending of the verb. To form the present perfect progressive, we use the pattern have or has plus been plus an ing verb, which is also known as the present participle. How do we get this verb form? First, as we just learned, the present perfect pattern is have plus the past participle. Next, a progressive verb is always formed with be plus an ing verb. The past participle form of be is been. When we put it all together, we get the present perfect progressive form of have plus been plus an ing verb. Now let's talk about the function of these tenses. As you probably already know, the present perfect has two functions. In this video, we will only focus on the function that is similar to the present perfect progressive. Both the present perfect and the present perfect progressive focus on an action that started in the past and continues to the present. The difference lies in the emphasis on the future. When we use the present perfect tense, we don't know if the action will stop now or continue into the future. And it's not important to know that. When we use the present perfect progressive, the future meaning is emphasized and important. We know for certain that the action will continue into the future. For example, we can say, they have worked on this project for 6 months, and the focus is on the past 6 months. We don't know if they have completed the project or if they have more work to do. If we say, They have been working on this project for 6 months. It's clear that they haven't completed the project and will continue working on it into the future. So which one is more common, the present perfect or the present perfect progressive? The present perfect is more common than the present perfect progressive. So if you're not sure which tense to use, the present perfect is your best bet. However, there is one case when the present perfect progressive is a more natural choice, and that's with the recent past. For example, it's more common to say, I've been studying for an hour, and it's been raining all night. Now let's talk about time markers. Did you know that the same time markers can be used for the present perfect and present perfect progressive tenses? Even though seeing these particular time markers won't help you know which tense to use, it's important to know that you'll usually need one of these two tenses when you see the following time markers. Let's take a look. Time markers are one or more words that show the time when an action takes place. Common time markers for the present perfect and present perfect progressive include for, since, and all. We use for to express a past length of time, such as for 2 weeks. Since to mention the starting point in the past, such as since 2022. And all to encompass a unit of time, such as all month. Now let's look at these tenses side by side in a couple of examples. They have lived in Japan since 2019. In this present perfect sentence, the focus is on 2019 until now. This sentence doesn't focus on the future. Maybe they will move to another country tomorrow, or maybe they'll continue living in Japan. It's not important. They have been living in Japan since 2019. This present perfect progressive sentence has the same meaning as the present perfect one, but the future is emphasized. In this sentence, the meaning is clearly that they will continue living in Japan. I haven't felt very well all week. In this present perfect sentence, it's clear that the speaker felt sick this week, but we don't know if they're starting to feel better or if they expect to still feel sick tomorrow. I haven't been feeling very well all week. With a present perfect progressive sentence, it's clear that the speaker still expects to feel sick tomorrow. Okay, are you ready for some practice? Say or write each verb in the present perfect and present perfect progressive tenses in the following sentences. Look at the verb in parentheses. Use the present perfect tense in the first sentence and the present perfect progressive in the second. The first sentence is, I have worked at this company since 2021. You know I've worked there from 2021 until now, but you don't know if I'll continue working there. The second sentence is, I have been working at this company since 2021. You know I've worked there from 2021 until now, and you know I will continue working there in the future. Let's try one more set. The first sentence is, she has ridden her bike to work every day for the past 5 months. The emphasis is on 5 months ago until now, and you don't know if she'll keep riding her bike or if she'll start driving to work instead. The second sentence is, she has been riding her bike to work every day for the past 5 months. The emphasis here is also on the future. You know she'll keep riding her bike to work. Well done! Now you know the difference between the present perfect and the present perfect progressive tenses. See you next time, and happy studying. Ellie.
Okay. So now, do you have any questions about the lesson? Present perfect continuous tense?
No.
No. Now I'll give you a mixed task, right? Exercise 1. Identify the correct tense, right? The present tense. Read the following sentences given below and identify the type of present tense of each sentence. There are 15 sentences. First 8, second set of 7, right? If possible, please take a book, right? Take a book or a piece of paper. Put numbers 1 to 8 on left side, 1 to 7 from right side, and write the tense, right? Now the time is 8:22. I'll give like around 10 minutes maximum, right? 8:30. I'll give you 8 minutes, not 10 minutes, right? I'll give you the time to find the answers, right? Quickly go through, write your answers in a piece of paper by putting numbers. Numbers dala, answers lianda. After that, we'll discuss the answers, right? All the 4 tenses are there. Simple present tense, present perfect continuous tense, present continuous tense. All 4 tenses are there mixed up here. Find the tense. If you want better, write the sentences in your book. පොතේ ලියාගෙන ලියනවා නම් වඩා හොඳයි. නැත්තම් වාක්‍ය ලියලා පොතේ ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් වඩා හොඳයි. Right? Yes, වාක්‍ය ලියන්න ඉස්සරහින් tense එක ලියන්න. ඒක තමයි හොඳම විදිහ. If possible do, right? එහෙම කරනවා නම් 8 minutes මදි. I'll give you till 8:35. 8:35 වෙනකන් දෙන්නම්. I'll give you time till 8:35, right? Okay, shall we discuss the answers? Has or have been කියන tense ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? පුළුවන්.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. See whether it's like present tense, present continuous, the present perfect, the present perfect continuous ද කියලා බලන්න. Right? Do you want more time? Or shall we discuss the answers? Shall we discuss the answers? Or do you want more time? Okay. Right. We'll discuss the answers then. Okay. The screen went out. Right. First one. The flight takes off at 5:30 p.m. What is the tense? The flight takes off at 5:30 p.m. What is the tense? What is the tense? Simple present tense. Because the flight කියලා තියෙන නිසා takes වෙනවා. Flight singular නිසා takes වෙන්නේ, take එක takes වෙන්නේ simple present tense. Amy drinks coffee every morning. Amy singular. And the verb is drinks. ඒක නිසා දෙවැනි එකත් simple present tense. Ira is reading Sherlock Holmes. Is reading. Amisa එක verb plus ing. Right? ඒක නිසා මේක present continuous tense. Number 4. The team is playing quite well. Is playing. Amisa එක verb එකට ing දාලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට present continuous tense. Sam has just gone out. Has gone. Right? Has hari have එක hari verb එක past participle tense එකකින් තියන්නේ. එතකොට present perfect tense. I have known Ria for a long time. Have known. Has hari have hari එක past participle verb එක තියෙනවා නම් ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන්ම present perfect tense. Right. Number 7. I'm writing a new story. Am writing. Am isa එක verb එකත් එක්ක ing තියෙන්නේ. Present continuous tense. Number 8. The child has been watching television for hours. පැය ගණන් ටෙලිවිෂන් එක බලනවා කියලා කියන ළමයා. Has been watching. මේ දැන් චුට්ටකට කලින් අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. Has hari have hari එක්ක been එකත් එක්ක verb plus ing. ඒ කියන්නේ present perfect continuous tense. Right. We'll go to right side 7 sentences. They have been shopping for days. Has have එක්ක been එකත් එක්ක verb plus ing තියෙන. Have been shopping. Present perfect continuous tense. Asif has eaten all the cookies. Has eaten. Has have එක past participle එක. Eat, ate, eaten. Past participle එක. එතකොට present perfect tense. Number 3. I have finished all my course. මෙතන course කියන්නේ ගෙදර දොරේ වැඩ කටයුතු. Right? CHORES. Right. Have finished. Has have එක past participle form එක verb එකේ. ඒ කියන්නේ present perfect tense. Number 4. It rains almost every day in October. Regular action එක. Rains. It නිසා rains වෙලා තිනවා. එතකොට verb එකට s දාලා තිනවා. Simple present tense. Number 5. My uncle is arriving today. Am isa එක්ක verb plus ing. Is arriving. verb එකට ing දාලා තිනවා. am isa එකත් එක්ක my uncle singular නිසා is දාලා තින්නේ අපි. එතකොට present continuous tense. I have hurt my knee. Has have එක්ක verb එකේ past participle form එක තියෙන්නේ. hurtම තමා base form, past tense, past participle ඔක්කොම එකයි. එතකොට have hurt. has have එකත් එක්ක past participle verb form එක දානවා නම් verb එකේ අපි ඒක ගන්නෙ present perfect tense එකට. Number 7. The workers have been building the tower for several months. Have been building. Has have එක been plus verb plus ing කියන්නේ present perfect continuous tense. Right. So now we have discussed all the answers. Right. Here are the answers. So yeah. Right. I have said the answers. Here I have given the answers. We'll go to another exercise because we have already completed simple present tense. Change the following sentences into different forms of the present tense given in brackets. Right? Or sentence එක දීලා තියෙනවා. මේක සමානලට past tense එකෙන් past perfect වලින් එහෙම දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔයා present perfect continuous tense එකට හරවලා ලියන්න ඕනේ. දැන් මේ පළවෙනි එක නම් present perfect continuous tense එකට හරවලා ලියන්න. tense එක දීලා තියෙනවා. present tense එකට තමයි හරවන්න. පැහැදිලිද? පුළුවන් නම් question එක ලියාගෙන sentence එක ලියාගෙන tense එකත් වරහන් ඇතුළේ ලියාගෙන answer එක යටින් ලියන්න. Right? Now the time is 8:45. I'll give 10 minutes. Right? 8:55. I'll be discussing the answers. Right? Okay, shall we discuss the answers? Children, shall we discuss the answers? Okay. So now we'll discuss the answers, right? Exercise 2. I have given the sentence like the sun had been shining brightly since morning. You have to turn this sentence into present perfect continuous tense, right? The sun had been shining brightly since morning. The sun has been shining brightly since morning, right? That's the answer. The sun has been shining brightly since morning. Second one, Gopal has eaten all the butter. We have to make it into present continuous tense. Gopal is eating all the butter. Gopal is eating all the butter. Number 3, the artist mixes the colors. You have to turn it into present continuous tense. The artist is mixing the colors. Number 4, I have given like Jack is painting the wall. The answer is Jack has been painting the wall. Jack has been painting the wall. Number 5, the ship sailed here. Sorry, the ship sailed yesterday. That's what I have given. You are turning it into simple present tense. The ship sails today. The ship sails today. Yesterday කියන්න බෑ. Yesterday තියෙන එක අපිට today කියලා හරවන්න වෙනවා. හේතුව yesterday කියලා තිබුණොත් past tense. Today කියලා තිබුණොත් present tense එකට ගත හැකියි. Right? The ship sails today. Number 6. We were watching TV. We are watching TV. That's the answer. Number 7. The headmaster wanted to speak to you. The headmaster wants to speak to you. Right. Number 8. Rose ate all the chocolates. Rose eats all the chocolates. Rose eats all the chocolates is the answer. Number 9. We were waiting for the lecture from 4:30 p.m. You have to make it into present perfect continuous tense. So you have to write it as of like, we have been waiting for the lecture from 4:30 p.m. We have been waiting for the lecture from 4:30 p.m. Number 10, which is the last one. Joy just went out. You want to make it into present perfect tense. Joy has just gone out. Joy has just gone out. Here are the answers. If you want to do any corrections, please do them as soon as possible. Right. Okay. So now we are going to start the next writing lesson. Right? Letter writing. Letters are also a method which we use to communicate with people. මිනිසුත් එක්ක අපි කතා කරන්න, ගනුදෙනු කරන්න, අදහස් වමාරු කරගන්න භාවිතා වෙන විදිහක් තමයි letters. Letters උත් ಜಾති දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Formal letters උයි informal letters උයි. අද අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ informal letters. Next day we are learning formal letters. ඊළඟ සතිය අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා formal letters. Informal letters කියනකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි informal letters පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ අපේ යාළුවෙක්ට, නෑදෑ හිතමිතුරෙක්ට, බොහොම ළඟ කෙනෙක්ට, සමීප කෙනෙක්ට. අපි ලියුමක් ලියනවා නම් අපි ලියන්නේ informal letters type එකට. අපි formal කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. මතකද අපි greetings ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට ඉගෙන ගත්තා formal greetings තියෙනවා, informal greetings තියෙනවා. ඔය greetings උත් අපි මේ formal letters ලියනකොට formal greetings පාවිච්චි කරනවා වගේම informal letters ලියනකොට informal greetings පාවිච්චි කරනවා. Right? So, as I have said here, we use for informal letters to write to a family member, family person, a close acquaintance, බොහොම සමීප කෙනෙක්ට, or a friend, or a relative as well, ඥාතියෙක්ට. ලියන්න අපි ගන්නේ informal letters. මේ informal letters ලියනකොට අපි පාවිච්චි කරන language එක හරිම informal language, casual, personal. Hi, hello. ඒ වගේ personal informal language එකක් use කරන්න. මොකද මේ ලියන අයව අපි අඳුරනවා, right? So, in case of that, your tone, the way you write, the way you address people are very casual and personal because you know them, right? And also, these informal letters type, we use them to write to your friends, family about known things, which is going in your family, which is going in your life. Thank you කියන්න බොහොම informally විස්තර අහන්න, ඔයාගේ සුබ පැතුම් එක් කරන්න, ඒ වගේ දේවල් වලට තමයි මේ informal letters ලියන්නේ. Right? Okay. Sorry. Informal letter එකක් ලියනකොට අපිට formal letter එක ලියන structure එකටම informal letter එක ලියන්න බෑ. Right? We can't use the same structure to write informal letters which is used for formal letters. Formal letter එක ලියනකොට structure එක වෙනස්, informal letter එක ලියනකොට structure එක වෙනස්. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් informal letter එක ලියනකොට මුලින්ම අපි ලියන්නේ address එක. address එකක් ලියන්න ඕනේ left hand side එකේ paper එකේ. කොලේ left hand side එකේ ලියන්න. අපි දැන් computer එකේ type කරනවානේ. එතකොටත් අපි දාන්නේ left hand side එකේ. Right? සම්පූර්ණ address එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. දෙන්න බෑ address එකේ කෑලි කෑලි. නිකන් හිතන්න 150 නම්බර 150 මොකක් හරි උයන පාර උයන කියන පාරේ එතකොට කළුතර කියලා ඉන්නා නම් කළුතර දෙනවා නම් ඒ ඔක්කොම දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නම් address එකේ ඒක සම්පූර්ණ address එකම දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔයා මොනාරි streets වල ඉන්නවනේ. නිකන් හිතනවා පෙරේරා road එකේ ඉන්නේ. ඒවත් දෙන්න ඕනේ. Number 150 this ඔක්කොම දෙන්න ඕනේ. සම්පූර්ණ address එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඔයා සම්පූර්ණ address එක දුන්නොත් විතරයි ලියුම ලබන කෙනාට ඔයාට ආපහු ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකයි අරමුණ. ඒක නිසා සම්පූර්ණ address එක ලියන්න ඕනේ. address එක ලිව්වට පස්සේ අපි රූලක් අරින්නේ නැතුව දිනේ දානවා. දිනේ දාන්න ඕන විදි කිහිපයක් තියෙනවා. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි සිංහල විදිහට අපි date එක දානවා නම් අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දාන්නේ අවුරුද්ද මාසේ දවස. right? අවුරුද්ද මාසේ දවස. නමුත් අපිට මේ informal letters ලියනකොට ඒ standard එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න මුලින් අපි දාන්නේ date එක, ඊට පස්සේ මාසේ, ඊට පස්සේ තමයි year එක. date, month, year. මම මේ පළවෙනි දීලා දෙන්නේ 15/11/2023. ඒ කියන්නේ පළවෙනි විදිය. ඒ විදියට ඔයාලට date එක දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එක්ක නැත්තම් ඔයාලට මෙන්න මෙහෙම දෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අද දවස කියනවා නම් අද දෙසැම්බර් 21. 21st December, 2023. නැත්තම් මට දෙන්න පුළුවන් December 21, 2024. හරිද? දෙසැම්බර් 21 2024. හැබැයි මම ලිව්වොත් 21st December 2024 කියලා ලිව්වට හරි. හැබැයි මම ලිව්වොත් 21st of December 2024 කියලා ලිව්වොත් වැරදි කියන එක මතක තියාගන්න. ඔයාට ලියන්න බෑ 21st of December 2024. ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලේනේ අපි පොඩි කාලේ අපිට මිස් කියන්නේ Today is 21st of December 2024. Full stop එකක් දාන්න. වැරදි. අපිට ඒ කාලේ ඔය ලියන විදිහේ ඉෂුව එකක් නැහැ. දැන් ලොකුයි. එතකොට ෆෝමල් රයිටින් ලියනකොට උනත් ඉන්ෆෝමල් රයිටින් ලියනකොට උනත් අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕන ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක. දැන් අහන්න පුළුවන් මගෙන් මිස් එතකොට ඉන්ෆෝමල් ලෙටර්ස් ලියනකොට අද ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකකින්ද රේට් ගන්න. ඔව් මේ ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක තමයි මේ විදි තුනම. මේ විදි තුනම ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකට ඩේට් එක ලියන විදිය. ඒකයි ඒ විදිහට ලියන්න ඕනේ. ඩේට් එක අපිට වෙනසක් කරන්න බෑ. ෆෝමල් ඉන්ෆෝමල් දෙකේම ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකට ලියන්න ඕනේ. ඔයාලට සිංහල විදිහටවත් එහෙම ලියන්න බෑ. ලෝකල් විදිහට ලියන්න බෑ ඩේට් එක. රයිට්? ඇඩ්‍රස් එක ලිව්වා රූලක් අරින්න නැතුව ඩේට් එකත් අපි දැම්මා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි රූලක් අරිනවා. අපි ලයින් එකක් ලීව් කරනවා. we leave a line. ඊට පස්සේ සැලියුටේෂන් එක නැත්තම් forms of greeting. greet කරන විදිහ දාන්න. Dear, my dear, dearest, my loving brother. දැන් ඔයා දන්නවනම් කාටද ලියන්නේ කියලා නමක් දාන්න. My dear loving brother විමල්, my dear cousin, my dear uncle, dearest grandma. ඔය වගේ සැලියුටේෂන් එක ඉන්ෆෝමලි පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ අපි රූලක් කරලා ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක ලියනවා. ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකේ ඔයා ඉන්ෆෝමල් ලෙටර් එකක් නිසා ඔයා අහන්න කොහොමද එයාලගේ සැප දුක කොහොමද ඉන්නේ? hi hello how are you what are you doing these days? කොහොමද නන්ද සනීපෙන්ද මාමා සනීපෙන්ද ආච්චි අම්මා සනීපෙන්ද all the health and well-being of your recipient you can be like discussed within this introduction, right? ඔක්කොම බලවට අර මේ බයිලා වගේ තමයි කතා කරන්නේ, right? ඊට පස්සේ පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක තමයි body of the letter කියන්නේ. ඔයා ලියන මූලික අරමුණ, එතකොට ඔයාට අහන්න ඕන දේවල්, එතකොට ඔයාට කියන්න ඕන දේවල් ඔක්කොම අනිවාර්යෙන්ම body paragraph එකේ ලියන්න ඕනේ. අන්තිම පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක තමයි conclusion paragraph එක කියලා අපි සැලකන්නේ. මේක තමයි letter informal letter එකේ අන්තිම අවසාන paragraph. මේක හරි friendly tone එකකින් කියන්න. අනික ඔයා මතක් කරලා කියන්න ඔයා එයාලගෙන් reply එකක් එනකම් බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් ඉන්න බවත්. right? ඊට පස්සේ අපි රූලක් ඇරලා අපි signature name නැත්නම් forms of subscription හගන්න. මෙතනදී අත්සන් ගහන්නේ නැහැ. right? informal letter එකකදී අපි කවදාවත් අත්සන් ගහන්නේ නැහැ. informal letter එකකදී කෙලින්ම yours affectionately, yours loving, with love, your loving friend ඔහොම දාලා කමා එක අනිවාර්යෙන් දාන්න ඕනේ. කමා එක නැති වුණොත් වැරදි. දාලා ඔයාගේ නම ලියන්න. එයාලා අඳුන්වන්නේ කමලා කියලා නම් දාන්න. එයාලා අඳුන්වන්නේ නිකන් හිතන සුදු ආච්චි කියලා කියන්නේ හරි. right? සුදු ආච්චි. That's fine. right? එයාලා ඔයාම අඳුන්වන නමින් එපැයි ඔයා ලිව්වම මේ ක්ලෝස් කරන්නේ නැත්තම් කවුද කොහෙන්ද මේ ආවේ කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. ගෙදර ඉන්න නම් ගෑනු 10 දෙනෙක් කවුද ලියන්නේ කියලා කොහොමද දන්නේ? right? ඒක නිසා ඔයා අඳුන්වන නම දාන්න. right? මේක තමයි ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එක ඉන්ෆෝමල් ලෙටර්ස් ලියනකොට. ඉස්සර අපි ලෙටර්ස් ලියනකොට අපි ඇඩ්‍රස් එක දකුණු අත පැත්තේ, දිනේ දකුණු අත පැත්තේ, සැලියුටේෂන් එක වම් අත පැත්තේ, එතකොට ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන්, බොඩි, කන්ක්ලූෂන් දකුණෙන් පටන් අරගෙන එතකොට සයින් ඔෆ් එකත් මෙන්න මේ වගේ තමයි ඉස්සර ඉවර කරේ. මේ ඉස්සර දැන් අපි මෙහෙම ලියන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් ඇත්තටම හැමදේම මෙන්න මේ වගේ left hand basis ලියන්නේ. right? මතක තියාගන්න ඔක්කොම left basis ලියන්නේ. මොකද type කරනකොට අපි type කරන්නේ හැමදේම left basis නේ. ඒක නිසායි මෙහෙම ඔක්කොම ඒවා left basis තියෙන්නේ. මම මේ මෙතන මේ හැම එකටම rule ඇරලා තින්නේ. ඔයාට අඳුර ගන්න ලේසි වෙන්නේ මිසක් මෙහෙම rule ඇරලා ලියන්නේ නැහැ. address එකයි date එකයි එක ළඟ ලියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ roll එකක් කරලා අපි salutation එක දානවා. roll එකක් කරලා introduction එක ලියනවා. introduction එකට පස්සේ roll එකක් අරින්නේ නැතුව body එක ලියනවා. body එක ලිව්වට පස්සේ roll එකක් අරින්නේ නැතුව අපි conclusion එක ලියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි roll එකක් ඇරලා sign off එක දානවා. sign off එක දැම්මට පස්සේ ඔයාව අඳුරන නම දානවා. right? මෙහෙම තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ලියන්නේ. දැන් අපි බලමු අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් vocabulary phrases මේ informal letters ලියනකොට. right? මම දීලා තිනවා මෙතන පටන් ගන්නකොට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් vocabulary. මොනවා හරි අහන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් phrases vocabulary. referring to their news මොනවා හරි ඒගොල්ලෝ කිව්ව දෙයක් ඔයාලා ඒගොල්ලෝගේ දෙයක් ඔයාට ආරංචි වෙලා ඒ දේ ගැන කතා කරනවා නම් එතකොට ඔයාට කියන්න පුළුවන් දේවල්. ඔයාට මොනවා හරි අලුත් මොනවා හරි නිවුස් එකක් දෙන්න තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා. ඔයාට මොනවා හරි සමාව ගන්න තියෙනවා නම් බකෑපත් වෙලා දෙයක් කියන තියෙනවා නම් okay you have this vocabulary right invitations මොනවාට හරි ආරාධනා කරන්න තියෙනවා නම් ගන්න පුළුවන් vocabulary phrases මෙතන තියෙනවා request මොනවා හරි ඉල්ලීමක් කරනකොට ඔයාලට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් vocabulary මෙතන තියෙනවා thank you කියන congratulate කරන්න සුබ පතන්න ඔයාලට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් phrases මෙතන තියෙනවා making suggestions and recommendations මොනවාට හරි ඔයාලට suggest කරන්න තියෙනවා යෝජනා කරන්න recommend කරන්න තියෙනවා මේ phrases පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් endings නැත්නම් කිව්වොත් අවසානය කොහොමද එන්නේ අර මං කිව්වනේ ඔයා යාගේ ඔයා ලිව්වට වැඩක් නැහැ නේ ඔයාලට රිප්ලයි එකක් ඉන්නේ නැත්තම් ඔයා රිප්ලයි එකක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න ලියන්න කියන්න ඒක I hope to hear from you as soon as possible මං ඔයාගෙන් හැකි ඉක්මනින් ප්‍රතිචාරයක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා say that otherwise how do we know right sign off එක මෙන්න මේ වගේ ඉන්ෆෝමලි දාන්න පුළුවන් first name එක තමයි ඊට පස්සේ දාන්නේ නැත්නම් ඔයාව අඳුන්වන නම right දාන්න එපා VKAD පෙරේරා කවුහේ VKAD පෙරේරාද කවුද කියලා කොහොමද දන්නේ දාන්න එපා ඔයාගේ ෆෝමල් නම ඔයාව අඳුන්වන්නේ එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැති ඒක අදාළ නැහැ අඳුන්වන මනුස්සයා විමලා කියලා නම් අඳුන්වන්නේ say විමලා right say the name that's the most important thing any questions up to now මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද දැන් වෙනකම් any questions up to now please ask Isuri, Malmi, Shiromi, do you have any questions?
No.
No. What about Isuri? Shiromi? As it remains silent, I think you don't have any questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Right? Now, I do have a task for you. Here I have given 3 tasks. Right? Choose one of them. එකක් choose කරගන්න. Right? Choose කරලා ලියන්න ඕනි. දැන් ලියන්න ඕනි. Write your answer in 150 to 190 words in an appropriate style on the separate answer. Right? Book එක හරි කොලේ හරි අරගෙන එකක් choose කරගන්න, topic එක question එක ලියාගන්න, ඊට පස්සේ answer එක ලියන්න. Right? Before, yeah. So, anything you want to ask about the letter writing? I'll give you 1 minute, quickly ask. Any questions, please ask. Anything you want to ask, please ask. Any questions? Okay. I have already explained about the lesson, and also I said you to write a letter, an informal letter, right? I'll be showing you the task. Before that, I'll share you a video, right? This video shows you information about informal letters, right? Anything important, please take down notes. Huh?
Hi friends, welcome to the Modern Learning. Today we are going to learn how to write an informal letter. So let's get started. There are broadly two types of letters, formal letters and informal letters. In today's video we are going to learn the informal letter writing. Let's see what are informal letters. These are personal letters. They don't need to follow any set pattern or stick to any formalities. They contain personal information or are a written conversation. Informal letters are generally written to friends, acquaintances, or relatives. Let's talk about the format of informal letters. As we mentioned earlier, there is no set format when writing an informal letter. But there is a general pattern that people usually follow. Let's look at this pattern and certain tips on how to write effective and attractive informal letters. Address. Yes, the first thing to write is your address. That is, the address of the writer. We usually write the address on the left-hand side of the page at the very top. The address should be accurate and complete. Even when writing to close friends or relatives, the address must be written so they can reply back to the letter. Date. Next, just below the address, we write the date. This allows the reader to have a reference as to when the letter was written. He or she can then relate better to the contents of the letter. Our next part is the greeting. If it is a friend or someone close to your age, you can greet them by their first name, like Dear John. If you are writing to your relative, like your mother, father, aunt, or uncle, etc., you may greet them as such. For example, Dear Mom, Dear Dad, Dear Aunt, or Dear Uncle. And if you are writing to an elder person, someone you respect greatly, you can address them as Mr. or Mrs. Then comes introduction paragraph. The introductory paragraph sets the tone for the whole letter. It should begin with a polite and friendly greeting or questions. You might begin by asking the recipient about their well-being. For example, how are you? I hope you are well. I hope you had a good time. Did you enjoy? The opening of informal letters should be casual and comforting. It must not be formal and direct as in formal letters. Then comes the body of the letter. In this paragraph, you tell the main reason to write the letter and share all the necessary details. You have to adjust the language and the words according to who you are writing to. With a friend, you can afford to be very casual, but if you are writing to an elder relative, you must be extremely respectful. Next comes the conclusion. In the conclusive paragraph, sum up the reason for writing the letter. That is, summarize the letter. Say a meaningful and affectionate goodbye to the reader. Do not forget to invite the reader to write back or reply to your letter. It shows an intention to keep the conversation going. Then comes the signature. There is no one way to sign off informal letters. Since they do not follow a strict format, you may sign off as you like. Some commonly used phrases are lots of love, your friend, best wishes, kind regards, or yours truly. Pick the one that best suits the occasion and then simply sign your name below the signature. Let's check out the format of the letter. You need to write your address on the left-hand side of the page. Then comes the date. Then the greeting, for example, dear friend. Then comes the introductory paragraph and the main body. Remember that the letter should begin with a polite and a friendly greeting or questions. Then comes the conclusion in the conclusive paragraph. And after that, the signature, for example, with love. And under that comes your name. Let's check out a sample letter, which will help you to write an informal letter on the subject, how you spend your time in the lockdown. So let's write this letter to a friend. So starting up with the address. So here we go. 123 Donut Street, Good Avenue, Unit 9, enormous apartment, California, USA. Then comes the date. Mention the date on which you are writing the letter. Then the greeting, like dear friend. Then starting up with the introduction paragraph like, I hope all is well at your place. Hope you are home quarantined and are spending quality time with your family. I guess it might be a little boring, but health should always be taken care of. I'm sure you are well sanitized and are following all the declarations of the government. Then in the next paragraph, share your experience of the lockdown. Like, if you ask about me, I'm all fine. I've started pursuing my hobbies and have started exploring myself. All the board games have started coming out of the boxes and are now being played with. I've also started understanding how kind my sister is. It's been a long time of this lockdown. I just await of the day when we will be out of our homes doing whatever we wish to do. Then, friends, comes the conclusive paragraph like, looking forward to read how are you spending your time during the lockdown. Stay home and stay safe. And at the end, you need to sign off. You can choose any signature mentioned earlier. And under the signature, write your name. For example, your friend, John. So friends, this is the format of an informal letter. After following this pattern, you will be able to write an attractive informal letter. So friends, I hope that this video will help you to write an informal letter with the correct pattern. If you like the video, just give a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. See ya!
Any questions regarding the video? Any questions? Any questions? Please ask. I hope you don't have any questions. That's why you are like silent, right? Now I want you to write this thing, right? Choose one of the topics. Yeah. No. Choose one and write your answer. Before that, now it's almost 9:27. Have a small 15 minutes break and join at 9:45. Right? Have a small break. Break එකක් කරන්න ඉන්න 9:45 වෙද්දී end. 9:45 come here and do the task. Right? Choose one and write your answer. Right? Okay. After that, we'll
Okay.
discuss the answer. Okay. Have a break and be here by 9:45 and start to write the answer. You have time till 10 o'clock from 9:45 to 10. 15 minutes is enough. Write the answer. Okay. Enjoy the break. Okay. Shall we discuss the answers? Yeah. Better you can have 150 words. If not, that's fine. Yeah. Can you say me the answer, please? Yes, Malmi, can you say me your answer? Okay. How long do you need? 2-3 minutes, Malmi? What about Isuri?
Okay.
Okay. Isuri, have you written your answer? The one who is known as KJ, have you written your answer?
No, madam, I just joined it
Ah,
class.
you just joined. So
Uh,
we were actually talking about present perfect continuous tense. We did informal letter writing. I hope you will watch the video, like video in the sense of the recording.
and yes, madam. Yesterday, last week lesson also I followed.
Okay. Make sure that you are joining from next week onwards sharp on time, because next week we are doing past tense. We are studying past tense, and we also be doing what do we call formal letter writing, and also we are doing some tasks. We did some multiple tasks. I'll just go back until yeah.
Tenses and passages I don't have no problem, but I writing tasks and speaking is it is better for me.
You mean like you are good at writing and speaking? Or like you
Yes,
need to
madam.
improve those two?
Yes, yes. All those are important things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because obviously, when you are doing writing tasks and speaking continuously, you will be improving. That's how it is. You need to do
Yeah,
writing
madam.
tasks and also speaking practice, because like next day also we'll be doing some speaking
Yeah.
at the end or at the very beginning. It depends, right? And we'll also be doing some idioms and phrasal verbs in between.
Mm.
So make sure you are joining sharp on time, because we are doing some multiple tasks. And
I will
also,
try madam, next week.
yeah,
I will try to join.
sure.
But I would like to
However,
join. I
yeah,
would like to
say.
join your class, madam. What reason I haven't time to join your class at time?
Okay. Don't worry.
On time.
Make sure that you are watching at least the recording, and make sure you are just dropping me a message if you have any questions. You do have my number, no?
No, I haven't, madam, your number.
I'll just drop you into the chat box. My number is there.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
If you have any questions, yeah, you can ask directly with regard to the lesson. Yeah, if you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Sure. No problem at all. So, Malvi, can we have your answer? Are you ready with that?
Okay, Miss.
Yes. Say. What's the topic you have chosen? 1, 2, or 3?
One.
1. Okay. Say the answer.
Miss එක කියද්දී කියන්නේ address
You
එකක්
have
කියන්න
the address, date. What is the salutation? Dear.
Okay, miss.
Okay. Can you say the introduction, body, and the conclusion for me?
Miss address එකක් කියන්න ඕනේද?
No need. No need of saying the address, date, or the salutation. Say the introduction, body, and the conclusion.
Dear Ashini, good
Hmm.
day, are you and your family well? Did the
Hmm.
result come in? You said you were coming to our house, but you didn't come. It doesn't matter. It's not same. I heard that your results were good. I am happy for you. My family and my parents also said that they wished you well, which is why I wrote this letter. Congratulations to you. What are your future plans? I am doing maths for A level. What are you planning to do? You can do a good subject because your result is good. You can get a good result for A level. Please send me a reply letter. I am waiting for an answer. Best wishes to you. Your friend Malmi. Thank you.
Very good. It's really good. So, there were some certain small mistakes. That's totally fine. So, yeah. Others, Isuri? Okay, because of the silence, I don't think they will be saying the answer. So, yeah. So, yes, we have done up to letter writing, informal letter writing. Obviously, next day we'll be doing formal letter writing, two tenses, simple past, past continuous tense. And also we'll be doing most of the time phrasal verbs or idioms. It depends. And we will be doing the writing task and the speaking practice as well. Right? So make sure you are joining for the session. For the ones who have joined today, thank you very much. Malmi, from the very beginning you were there. And for the other two, thank you for joining. See you guys on next.
Madam, I know all the passives and actives, all grammars, but I can't write the writing and
That
yes,
is
writing skill. How can I improve my writing skills?
the activities, whatever we do in the class. Now we have almost done present tense. Obviously, 2-3 weeks later on, we'll be finishing all the 12 tenses. We will be doing mixed up activities here and there. Obviously, you will be having random activities. And also make sure you are doing the writing tasks, whatever we are doing in the class. And sending me because it's really profitable and really useful for you.
Yes. More and more we have to write, no?
Obviously, practice is the most important thing. Even though I know the words, if I don't know how to use, pointless. Even though if I know some difficult words, if I don't know how to use and where to use, pointless. Right? Make sure you are just using the language properly with the usage. That's why it is more important for you to join and see the interaction. That's why I'm like giving the tasks and saying you to write on the spot. මං ඒක දැන් ලියන්න කියන. Otherwise, I can give it as an assignment, as an homework, as a like homework, whatever you are doing at home. Obviously, you will not be doing. If you can write the rest too also, please show me. Right? ඉතුරු දෙකත් ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ලියලා පෙන්නන්න. Right? Send me through WhatsApp. I'll say your mistakes. Right? You can see the tasks. So if you can, please write and send me. වැඩින් ලියලා මට ඔබයි කියලා මම මාක් නොකර ඉන්නේ නැහැ. Make sure you are writing. ලිව්වොත් විතරයි හදන්න පුළුවන්. කතා කරොත්නේ අපිට අඩුපාඩු පේන්නේ. කතා කරොත් ඒවා දන්නේ වචන දන්නේ නැහැ. කතා කරොත් ඒවා දන්නේ ඔයාලට grammar බෑ කියලා.
I'm going to ready for IELTS. The lessons are very good for me.
Are you going to classes?
Yes, no. I followed the course British way.
Okay.
Gampa, but it's not use of. I think it's not use of.
I'll give you some tips and tricks. I'll give you some tips.
Okay.
I'll say you
Yes.
some certain things for you to do for IELTS
Yes,
preparation.
madam, I like your teaching method.
Thank you.
Last week, Stagger also said no, your teaching method is very good. It is we can approach. We
you.
can.
Thank you for the
Yes.
appreciation, actually. Obviously, even though there's only one student, I'll be doing the session. No problem at all for me. Right? So that's why when I was starting the session, Malmi was the only child, but I continued. If I'm doing, obviously I'm doing. If I'm not dead, for sure. Right? Mr. I don't know, your name is invisible as like KJ.
My name is
You
Kisiri.
can Kitsiri, okay. You can drop a message for me to WhatsApp. Yeah. I'll say you what to do to level up your language skills. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can ask as well. Okay. So
Okay.
that's it. Yeah. For today, let's wrap up. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Make sure you are asking all the stuff, whatever which is troubling you. Any questions? You can ask. So for the ones who joined, thank you very much. I really appreciate your commitment for improving your language skills. Yeah. See you on next week, next Saturday at 7. Yeah. Okay then.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night. Yes.
Bye, good night, Miss.
Welcome. Thank you, Malmi, for the compliment and the commitment, whatever you have for learning. Yeah. Good night, dear. Good night for all the others as well.